Well, Brad Russell, now you're responsible for sales and marketing at Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa, okay? So why don't you tell me what's exciting, what's new and what's hot? And also you've got a new property as well, haven't you? So tell me about the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa first, then we'll talk about your new property.
Sure, we've got two properties. One Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa on the Coral Coast. Basically we've got 116 bures there. We have a very good variety of different guests, right from couples through to your families. Yeah. We've had a lot of changes in the past 12 to 18 months. We've introduced some new dining options within the resort. Yeah. So we used to always just have the one chief restaurant, which was for breakfast, lunch and dinner. But now for lunch we've introduced a new quick bite outlet. Yeah. So that's more for people if they just want to have a nice relaxing lunch, a sandwich or a small burger or hot dog or something like that, and quite an affordable option as well. So you don't have to go into the main restaurant. You can go and get more of a takeaway style lunch and take it back to the bure or sit by the poolside. We also introduced recently our new fine dining restaurant. So this is an air-conditioned option. It only seats about 20 people, but we've found that particularly some of our older customers or older guests, they quite enjoy being away from the main entertainment that we have at the resort. And it's a nice romantic feel as well. So,
is that indoor or outdoor? Or?
It's indoor. Yeah. And it's actually it's called Jim Makawa. Yeah. Because it's actually what used to be the old gym. So, so we basically converted the old gym into a new restaurant and built a new gym.
Where do you pitch yourself in the market? Where would you say you're located?
We sit in the 3.5-star range, but in saying that most of our guests kind of feel that we're more of a 4-star property, but we market ourselves as 3.5, so we always over-deliver in that guest experience. And we are quite unique on the Coral Coast. I mean, the Coral Coast has some great options for accommodation and resorts down there, but we sit very much on our own compared to our other friends on the Coral Coast as well.
Okay. So. And why would you say you sit on your own? Because of scale, or?
Yeah, I mean, for starters, we're only 116 bures, so it's a nice size. It's big enough to have all of the facilities and things that you need to do, within your resort experience. But it's small enough that you basically, when you arrive as a guest and leave as part of the family. And we get a lot of return e-market, and a lot of the guest comment that we get, on TripAdvisor and other forums out there are very, very positive towards the resort. We actually even have some guests that come back 3 or 4 times a year.
Really? Wow.
Which is quite unique. Yeah.
You have a kids club?
Yes, we have a kids club. We have a supervised kids club, both indoor for the air-conditioned environment, and then for the kids, if they want to have a bit of a play outside, we have a covered outdoor kids club as well.
Brilliant. Okay. So where can people find out more information about you? You have a website, I would imagine.
Yes, of course. We have our website, which if you Google Hideaway Resort Fiji, you'll find us very high up in the search engines there, and you can obviously book online. Okay. We also work very much with our trade partners throughout both Australia, New Zealand, the US, UK, and we're now also starting to see some business coming through from Hong Kong and China, and Korea as well. So.
And what's the URL? Of the URL of the website?
www.fijihideaway.com.fj.
Brilliant. Now, about your new developments as well. Why don't you tell me a bit about that?
Yes, so this is in Vunda. So Vunda is a 20-minute drive from the airport.
Yeah. This is where the pork comes from.
Sorry?
This is where the pork comes from, is it? Vunda pork, is it?
Vunda Point.
Yeah, Vunda Point.
Yeah, Vunda Point.
So I've eaten Vunda pork.
It used to be there. But
right, okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay. So 20 minutes from the airport,
Correct, yep. So we're going to start with 21 bures there. It'll be a serious 4 to 4.5-star resort, due to open in the first quarter next year. And it's going to be more adults only. So being that it's only 21 bures, if we get a buyout, of course, families, anyone can come. But if otherwise it's just running as a normal resort, it will be adults only.
Okay.
And it will have freestanding bures, as well as 3 or 4 deluxe rooms in the main building.
Nice, cool. And what do you think what's going to set that apart from the competition, do you think?
Well, it's going to be quite unique in the area because we have our friends in that Vunda area. We have Anchorage, and we also have First Landing Resort. So they're very keen to work with us because we'll be a little bit different to what they're offering as well. So it'll be a new variety for the area. And also we see it particularly for those that are packaging up with the islands, that are doing a bit of an island stay and then also a Vunda or mainland stay, that they don't get to see. They've basically only seen that traditional Fiji. So they've been up to the islands, they come back, they can stay in Vunda, they really haven't seen reality yet, which is something that we want, that's part of that beautiful Fiji experience. That they can come, they can then travel back home, and the first bit of reality they get is when they get off at the airport in their own home.
Is there a website for the new property?
At the moment it's still linked to the same.
People go to the Fiji Hideaway Resort Spa site, they'll find it.
That's exactly.
Well, listen, Brad, thank you for your time today, and I hope that FT is very successful for you. And I hope that Fiji Hideaway continues to be successful, and also your new development in Vunda. What's it going to be called?
It'll be Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa Vunda. So we'll have Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa Coral Coast, and then Vunda.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed.
Vinaka Vakalevu.